Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Welcome to Higher Frequencies Portal. I am Q, and I am here to get a quickie reading in for our beloved Aries. This reading will resonate with you, Aries, if you have placements in your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, Mars. This is a general reading, and it's also timeless. So whenever you find yourself clicking on the video, is exactly the divine timing that was intended for you to do so. I call upon the elements of water, fire, earth, air, as well as ether. I ask our beautiful angels, archangels, deities, ancestors, spirit guides, the divine, earth, the most high, source, creator, to shine a beautiful, powerful message of love and light as we delve into the messages for our beloved Aries. I am an intuitive source, and I ask for the ability to intuitively and discerningly pick up on the energies, number, synchronicities, vibration of the cards, because I am one with my cards, and so it is, so mo it be. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. How are we, Aries? I will all is peace with you all. I see a little bit of traveling might be underway, or someone that you care about might be at a distance from you. I do see that you have gone through some very difficult times. I'm feeling this is a current energy, and you may have had to do some healing, some self-healing. I feel that your soul family, your soul tribe, is going to start coming into your life. And I think also that it is time to start releasing certain belief systems, certain people, certain situations might be hindering you or blocking you from your greatness. I also feel that you could be an artist, a musician, maybe a singer, maybe you are a lyricist, maybe you are someone who plays an instrument. And feeling that that soothes your soul, that brings a sense of peace and freedom. There may be some sadness, but there are happier times ahead for you. And whatever you're going through, the divine is telling you, you're not going through anything. You're growing through it. So this is divine. This is the divine teaching you very valuable lessons, guiding you. Do not allow yourself to be stuck and stagnant. You have to move for better results. You have to get out of your own way. Some of you might be light workers, healers, might be into the craft. And you attract what you are, so mind your energy. So in other words, if you are not healthy, whole, centered, balanced, and in alignment with your higher self, then you're going to attract other people who are in their shadow side as well. So if you are dealing with someone who does not reflect something that you wish to have in your life, then you might want to rethink that situation. Being creative and artistic will give you a sense of oneness, wholeness, balance. And it is time for you to be a fearless, beloved Aries, to know that you have the ability to conquer everything that you wish to accomplish all of your goals. It is time to socialize more, to fellowship, to connect with people who make you feel like you're at home. The remember you teach people how to treat you keeps showing up. So I feel that there is a sense that you might be overextending yourself, and you really need to pull back so that you can focus more on your healing, focus more on yourself. It is time to use your first eye to see, because that is the source of truth. It is time to allow yourself to see people in their truth, in their authenticity. Take off the rose-colored glasses I'm hearing, thank you, Spirit, and see people for who they truly are. I'm hearing people are masquerading, thank you, Spirit, masquerading around with masks. It's time to rest and rejuvenate. We're coming into the close of the summer, and it will be the fall time. And we know in Western, we fall back because the clocks, the time saving. So the saying is, in the fall, you fall back. In the spring, spring forward. So it is definitely time for you to fall back. Fall back and tap in, tune in to your higher self. Center yourself. Because that is where you will find your strength, your courage, and your wisdom, beloveds. So let's go ahead. I heard that was enough. Gonna cut the deck. I'm burning incense, so if I sound like I'm like choking, that's probably why. I like to set the pace and the tone. I did have my sage burning, and that blew just enough, so it stopped. Oh no, it's still going. Okay. So I'm gonna pull the bottom of the deck. That's the overall energy. Excuse me. Excuse me. And then we'll get the past energy, present energy. We'll get what your challenge is, the advice from Tarot, and your outcome. Ashe. So, this is your overall energy. Ask, and ye shall receive divine guidance. So I love when this card comes out, because that literally is letting you know that you, beloveds, have the ability to speak what you want into the universe, into fruition. You can manifest what you want simply by asking your angels, your guides, your ancestors for guidance. Ask them for which direction, give you signs, synchronicities. And so there's literally, you have a team of angelic presence that is around you, telling you that all you have to do is ask for what you want, ask for what you need, and they will provide it for you. So if you are too proud, I'm hearing TLC's, I ain't too proud to beg. And I feel like that's what you have to, that's what you have to come out of. I just get a strong sense of pride. Give me one moment. Let me sip some of my water. Excuse me. But I feel like there's a strong sense of pride, like too proud. And you can never be too proud. Like pride and ego are, it's not your friend, beloveds. We all need help. We all need assistance. Confirmation. So ask for what you need. Confirmation. Ask. Because you'll be surprised that you will get it. So Divine Spirit of Love and Light, what is Aries past energy? And these are quickies. I had been doing some very lengthy videos, and I received the download from the Divine to, I didn't have to make such long videos to get my point across. So we have hone your gifts. So you are very talented in some area, in some way, form, or fashion, Aries. And the Divine wants you to hone those gifts, because those gifts very well may bring a sense of success, growth, public recognition. You could become a star. So hone the gifts, master those gifts, put your energy into those gifts. You may have a gift with music, because music soothes the soul, showed up. So I feel like that's perhaps one of your many gifts, because this says hone your gifts. So you could be a writer, an author, Ashe. And just so you know my process, if you are new here, I take the jumps for the reading, but I will expound on anything that flips in my hand. And also, if you are new here, please be sure to click that subscription button, as I am growing my soul family, my soul tribe. Ashe. Love to have you here. Okay, so we have an expound that I will take first, and then we have two. Thank you. So connect to your higher self. Excuse me. So I did pick up on that energy in the pre-shuffle. So it is time, beloveds, for you to connect to your higher self. Connecting to your higher self centers you, brings you a sense of awareness, a sense of deeper understanding. That is a way that you can take internal self-audits. That is a way for you to gauge your emotions, to gauge even your trauma, your pain. You can connect to your higher self through means of meditation, through going out and taking nature walks, being amongst the trees, the grass, the flowers, or even being around bodies of water, as that is also a sense of purification and healing. It connects you to your emotions. Putting your feet, or planting your feet, thank you, Spirit, planting your feet on earth, in dirt, or walking barefoot out in nature is also a way of centering yourself, grounding yourself. But there is a need for you to connect to your higher self, to, I'm hearing, hush the ego, silence the ego, because it very well could be blocking you from your growth, from the truth. It is time for you to meditate to get it straight, to revisit some things, to change certain belief systems, to come out of your stubbornness. I'm hearing get out of your own way. There's more than likely an easier process for you, beloveds, but you are, I just get stubbornness, and then this fell as I said that. So the divine wants you to ask and you shall receive. Ashe. All right, and I'm just going to go ahead and pull the cards, and then we'll delve into it. So what is the advice from Terrell, Divine Spirit, for our beloved Aries? And this is amazing, because remember when I was shuffling, I kept telling you that this card came, that this card kept showing up, and then guess what's your challenge? Remember, you teach people how to treat you. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so I have all the cards, and we're going to go ahead and take them. So your past energy was visualizations. Visualizations is one of the many ways that you can manifest, by seeing yourself where you wish to be, by envisioning yourself in a space, or doing the things, being the person that you wish to be. But perhaps the divine is saying that there was too much time in your mind, in your own head, living in that space of the cerebellum and not really acting upon those things that you were visualizing. There is a physical act that has to follow the visualizations. That is how you manifest. That is how you bring things into fruition. That's how you change your thoughts into reality, by being active, by utilizing those elements around you of water, fire, earth, air, and ether. As above, so below. As within, so without, beloveds. So I feel like there was a time where you may have lived too much in your own head, and didn't necessarily act out, or didn't necessarily draw out the power in the way that you could utilize it. And so the divine is telling you now is the time to ask and ye shall receive, because maybe what you were trying to do, it wasn't conducive to what you were hoping to manifest. Excuse me. So now it's time to put those thoughts into action, to manifest your dreams, your desires, what you see in your mind's eye into reality, by also being proactive, productive, and also by asking the divine, your ancestors, your angels, your archangels for assistance, because they're telling you that you can receive what you desire by just simply asking. Your present energy is no bad energy. So you are very much protecting yourself from any bad vibes. You don't want any bad vibrations. You don't want any bad energy around you, because maybe in your past you had given too much of yourself, extended too much of yourself to people who didn't appreciate it. And what you extended, you're realizing could have been preserved for yourself. What it is, how much of a disappointment is it when you go above and beyond for people and they don't even have the attitude of gratitude. They're not even appreciative for the lengths that you may have gone through. I'm hearing a noise in the background, so this is touching on something. And I feel that the divine is telling you that it is time to protect your energy, time to protect your time. All right, that noise is continuing. So it's time for you to protect your energy. It's time for you to really be mindful of who it is you're giving your time to, in fact, to reassess the people around you. Because this card is next to visualizations. And I think that you may have thought, that these individuals were real, that they were true, that they were loyal. And I don't think that that is how things turned out. I feel very much that these relationships you've discovered were not very beneficial to you. And I'm hearing one-sided very loud in my mind's eye. And so your challenge, beloveds, is remember, you teach people how to treat you. Be your authentic self. So instead of putting on, because I'm getting a sense that you may have put on this front, and not any, it's no slight to you, because, we always want to put our best foot forward. But perhaps you may have appeared in a way where you didn't mind doing these things. You didn't mind going the extra mile. You didn't mind bending over backwards. You didn't mind being pulled in 40 different directions. And the divine wants you to know that you are valuable. And ultimately, if you find yourself being mistreated, then you have to know ultimately how you're showing up to people, or how you're presenting yourself is how you're teaching people how to treat you. So when you have healthy boundaries, you teach people that they cannot overstep those boundaries, and they cannot take advantage or take your kindness for weakness. So they would be wise as to appreciate you. But I just get a sense that you were around a lot of people who were not necessarily valuing you, or didn't necessarily care to protect you or be loyal or transparent to you in regards to what they may wanted out of the relationship. Maybe they just really were succubuses, incubuses, and just leeches, period. Energy vampires, So right now the divine is saying that you're in a place where you're protecting yourself. And it is time to be your authentic self. Take off the mask. Do not appear to be Superman or Superwoman when you know that you're in a very vulnerable state. And I'm not saying that you wear You go around and show everyone that you're weaker than you actually are, trying to display. I'm just saying that, it's okay to be honest. Like, look, I'm not gonna be able to do that, or, nah, it's okay to say no, in other words. Thank you, Spirit. So the advice from Tarot, they said divine timing, question not. So whatever it is that you had been working on in the past, something that you had been visualizing or attempting or trying to manifest, something that you have been trying to manifest is coming in divine timing. And you have two cards where the divine is stepping in. You have angels around you, protecting you, guiding you. So the divine is stepping in and conspiring behind the scenes. And that's why they're instructing you to ask. When you ask for what you need, your angels step into formation, and they provide, whatever it is that is required for you to get what you need. But whatever you want, it's coming. But it's coming in divine timing. It's not coming in your timing. So they're telling you question not. And that's why they're telling you to, start implementing these more healthier ways of existing in this 5D reality, because what you desire is coming to you, and they want you to have it for long term. I'm hearing, if you want it for long term, or if you want that longevity, then you have to be your authentic self. You have to show up in the world as your authentic self. Ashe. Thank you, Spirit. And so look at that. Grow through it. This is your outcome. So you're growing through, these experiences that you have had. Because remember, we kept seeing the selenite healing stone during the pre-shuffle, and that card is very symbolic and indicative of a deep spiritual soul healing. You doing some self-healing after going through some very, very difficult and traumatic experiences in your life. And the divine is telling you that you have really put in the work to better yourself, and it's time to protect yourself now by releasing anything that does not serve your highest good, by ridding yourself of those energy vampires, by setting healthy boundaries and not allowing anyone to overstep those boundaries, because you are the sole conductor of your train. And wherever you are wanting to go, desiring to go, whatever direction that you are heading in, Aries, you will achieve that goal, because that is just your nature. You're a leader. You're a born leader. And you are the emperor, the empress, which are the mothers and fathers of Tarot, of the suits. They are the ones who are the divine masculine and divine feminine. Those are the archetypes. That is what most aspire to be. And you are innately that. But somehow, some way, you lost your power, you lost your voice, but you have done the work to regain it. And the divine is telling you that you shall have whatever it is you want. And this experience was designed to teach you these valuable lessons. Ashe. This is beautiful. You grew through it. Look at that. This is like getting the Sun card, or the World card, excuse me, the World card in my deck, the higher frequency. This is showing that you have done the necessary work. You've gotten rid of all of the faulty belief systems. You've unblocked all of the chakras to ascend to your higher self, to get to a place where you're vibrating at a frequency of love, at a frequency of intuitive and discerning downloads, messages, information, outformation. You're just on the vibration, on the frequency, beloved. So this is beautiful. You're vibrating at a higher frequency. I love it. That is a card of ascension, growth. So now, let's pull some messages from Tarot, Divine Spirit of love and of light. So let's delve in. As I said, these will be quickies. So I am seeing that there's a little I spying going on, or someone could be wanting to come in with a message or this could be you wanting to come in and deliver a message. I see that there is some very focused intention going into something that you are working on. You could be working very hard at your place of employment, or you could be working very hard on your gifts. We did see the hone your gifts, and I see a very focused intention, like I'm hearing the song, "Don't Disturb My Groove." I see that there's a Hierophant here, so you could have been involved or entangled in a higher level of commitment. Maybe you were engaged. And I'm also seeing manifestation because the Magician showed up. And I did pick up on that energy that you were trying to manifest something, and the divine is saying whatever you were manifesting, you weren't utilizing your powers in the right way. I see that there is a feminine energy, divine feminine. I see this Empress. You may have someone on your mind, or you may be in an energy where you're being super creative at this time. The Empress is a divine goddess that knows her worth, her value. She doesn't settle for less. She's beautiful. She's abundant. She's successful. She's powerful. And she's the master manifestor as well. The Empress could be Aries, but it could also be Taurus. I see that there is some sort of change that is abound. Something fated is happening. And we did see the divine timing, question not. So something is coming, beloveds. There's a fated event. I'm hearing one more. And you will have some success. You will be moving forward victoriously. So let's cut the deck. Divine Spirit of Love and Light, what messages do you have for our beloved Aries from the Black and Gold Tarot deck? What is coming in for our beloved Aries? Divine Spirit of Love and Light. Bottom of the deck, you have the King of Cups. So this is your overall energy, divine guidance. So perhaps you are in love with someone, and you have not communicated this love. You're finding it very difficult to express your feelings, to display your emotions towards that person. But you see them in your future. You see them as even a mother, a wife. The divine wants you to ask for assistance with this connection. You could be dealing with a water sign, or you, beloveds, could have water in your chart. So Divine Spirit of Love and Light. Wise visualizations here. Okay, so a couple of cards have flipped over in my hand, and I do see here, this is why you kept seeing the selenite healing stone, because you have gone through a very toxic cycle. You have been betrayed, backstabbed, deceived. You have had some very karmic endings. You have been cheated on, lied to. You were in the dark, caught off guard. There may have been physical deaths that have plagued you with sadness, depression. But you have felt backstabbed by people that you trusted. And the beautiful thing about this card is, although it represents a death, the 10 reduces to the 1, which becomes the ace. And so this experience was designed for you to learn, for you to grow, for you to evolve and change your way of thinking. The Ace of Swords will give you the ability to cut the karmic ties, those soul ties, cut those karmic cords rather, and those soul ties. Ashe. It will give you an ability to look at things more logically, to be more intuitive moving forward. You can see this dark cloud is dissipating and the sun is coming up. So there's a dawning of a new day. And that is why you are in currently this energy of no bad energy, because of what you have experienced in your past, for the betrayal, for being lied to, for discovering that you were amongst very disloyal individuals. So you're setting up your boundaries. You're listening to the advice from Tarot. And you're setting up those healthy boundaries because you've learned valuable lessons. The Nine of Wands speaks to that wounded warrior, but the wounded warrior, he's wise and he's ready for a fight. And he has set up these boundaries, and no one will ever be able to get through unless he approves that message. Ashe. So the 9 is the highest number of change. So you are now changing the way that you are showing up in these connections. You're realizing that the people that you had fought for were not fighting for you. And it very well could have involved a love connection. You see how he's looking at the lovers. So you may have felt betrayed. You may have felt backstabbed by someone that you thought was a soulmate, someone that you thought was your twin flame. You're discovering that they were a false flame. I feel that there is some honest communication that's coming in, or perhaps you are stepping into this energy, this transformative energy, because you did have the 10 swords, the 10 of swords, so you could have transformed into the Queen of Swords, because she is someone who goes through a great deal and learns from what she has experienced. It is 7/7 on the clock, and 7/7, that is a spiritual guidance. So you are definitely seeing things more clearly. You're highly intuitive. You're listening to your intuition. You're locking up your heart. You're making decisions with your logic. You're going to be more cerebral moving forward and not emotional. And you're going to focus on this independence, self-sufficiency, building your wealth, establishing that sense of security for yourself, financially and otherwise. This is a card of independence, self-reliance, someone who nurtures themselves, grounds themselves, someone who knows their worth. This is a single person. I see that there could be some traveling, or this could just be you forging ahead triumphantly, or you could be going forward with your plans and it's going to be triumphant, successful for you. So why is visualizations here for our beloved Aries, divine spirit of love and light? Why is the visualizations card here? Okay, so something wasn't manifesting. You was not accepting someone's cup of love, or you rejected someone's cup of love, or perhaps someone rejected your cup of love. Someone that you thought in your mind was your person. Because we have visualizations. Maybe this person aesthetically was everything that you had imagined, but this person could have rejected you. The Four of Cups is someone who's feeling very blah about love, not as optimistic, because they're still holding on energetically to something emotional from their past. And so the divine is saying that, you know, what you were imagining, it just was not ready to manifest, because you were still thinking as above, so below. And because this is in reverse, so we see that there were some thoughts. Let me try to do this because the glow of the card, that you were still thinking about some emotional loss. And this is 3 cups. So there could have been other, past love ships that were blocking this connection with someone. It could have been loss of, maybe you lost a loved one, but this was not ready to manifest. What you envisioned just was not ready to manifest, because the divine is saying that you still had other things in your mind, in your heart, that you were healing from. And so that could not take place. Ashe. And so the no bad energy card, we have the High Priestess here in reverse. And when the High Priestess is in reverse, that means that she is not grounded. She is not using her intuition. She's being very manipulative. This is an energy of keeping secrets, being deceptive, being dishonest, not being in one's power, not allowing oneself to really tap in to their power, to really tap in to their inner truth, inner knowing, allowing oneself to be easily manipulated, not seeing things for what they truly are, not giving oneself that extra, I don't even want to say extra, but not giving oneself the time to look at things in a very honest and true way. I want to see in my book, I want to see something really quick, because she's a very powerful oracle when she is in her in the upright. And so for the High Priestess to be in reverse for you, and you have no bad energy, I just get a sense that you really were not tapping into your intuition and trusting your inner truth. Okay, I can't find it, so I'm gonna leave it alone. But you were not really trusting your inner truth. Maybe you were lying to yourself about some things. And you were not being forthcoming. You were allowing the ego to control. I'm hearing you knew better, but you didn't do better. So that's why I get a sense that there was just some white lies that were being told to oneself, and a lot of secrets that were being hidden. King of Wands. So there is a sense that you were really, because the King of Wands is someone who's, first and foremost, this is a leader when he's in the upright. Very powerful leader at that. Someone who goes after what they want. Someone very powerful. But when you're in reverse, that energy could also be someone who could be domineering, someone who could be gaslighting. This is your energy, Aries. So you were not necessarily in the purest energy, the most positive energy. Maybe you were taking advantage of situations, lying to yourself, not listening to your intuition. Maybe you were, I'm hearing, a serial cheater. Serial, cheater, because the King of Wands, he's very passionate. So you could have had a couple of little hot tamales that you were dealing with at the time, vice versa. Someone could have done this to you. You know how the stories are reversed. You could reverse the roles to tell your story. But I feel like, the no bad energy here is of significance, because it's just showing that you are not in the highest of vibration. And so let's see if you turn yourself to the upright. So why is remember you teach people how to treat you, Divine Spirit? Thank you. So look at this. The Empress. So the Empress, so it looks like you did turn it in the upright. And not only did you turn it in the upright, look what you got here. You have the sunshine. So you have this beautiful energy of the Empress, who is the divine feminine, who is the mother of all tarot. She embodies all of the characteristics, attributes of all of her queen daughters. She is very powerful. She's a master manifester. She's creative. She births not only life, but she births new ideas, new inspirations. She's successful. She's abundant. She's attractive. And I see, remember, you teach people how to treat you as saying that, remember who you are. Remember, you're this beautiful Empress. Remember, you are the sun. The sun is fire energy. So it's remember your power. I feel like this is telling you, be your authentic self. Be who you are. Because you are this divine feminine, and when you are a divine feminine, you know your worth. You don't settle for anything less. You only deal with the emperor. You will not deal with anyone that's a king, knight, or a page. Because that is her suit, or that is her mate, or her mate. So remember that you are this divine feminine, or this divine masculine, and that you are powerful, beloveds. Be your authentic self. This is beautiful. That's beautiful that those came out. I love that. So what is divine timing here? Why is the divine timing as the advice from tarot? Why is divine timing as the advice from tarot? So we have an expound. So everything happened in divine timing. Being left out in the cold, you getting yourself back on your feet is divine timing. So perhaps you were left out in the cold. I'm getting it now. Thank you, Spirit. Maybe in the past, some things happened and you felt abandoned. You felt left out in the cold. You felt like someone didn't love you. You felt unappreciated. You felt mistreated, devalued. And the divine is saying that you will be in your place, in your new apartment, in your new home. You will be moving. You'll have that sense of stability again. Because if you look on this card, these two people, even though they look like they're dealing with a spirit of lack, they're still moving. So that's resilience. That's persevering through whatever it is that they're going through. And that's why the divine said you didn't go through anything, you grew through it. So whatever has made you feel this sense of abandonment and unloved, the spirit of lack, you will receive the assistance, because the divine has assured you it's coming in divine timing. And your card that flew out, so you have judgment. But judgment is in reverse. And so perhaps the reconciliation, or whatever it is that you were expecting to manifest, whatever second opportunity that you were hoping for, the divine is saying that it's delayed. You know, there's something that is happening behind the scenes that is not bringing it in the time that you were hoping. It is not coming at this time. And that's why they're telling you divine timing. So perhaps there's still some work to be done, because this is the card of Scorpio, judgment. So perhaps there are still some fine-tuning and some things that are needing to be fixed, that are still needing to be worked upon, that are still needing to be, I'm hearing, adjusted. But you're not completely out of the dark. You're not completely hearing, these instructions, because the divine is telling you, to seek the guidance that you need in regards to love, in regards to something that you are emotionally vested in. I feel something is coming in divine timing, that you are anticipating some sort of reconciliation. So we have, you're growing through whatever juggling act. It was meant for you to grow through it. And when you take heed to whatever it is that you was being taught, whatever it is the divine was showing you, teaching you, guiding you upon, you're going to move forward victoriously, successfully. Because this is a beautiful card of marriage. This is a card of having a sense of stability, security, and even a sense of, oh, I just got a download, sorry. Okay, now I'm getting it. When I got grow through it and I was about to expound and tell this beautiful story of marriage, it was like I got zapped and I heard no. What I heard is that in the past, someone may have been doing some juggling and was an attention whore. And through this juggling act, they had to learn humbleness. They had to learn to be humble. They had to learn valuable lessons because perhaps someone had left you after being juggled. And I say that because I see these ships and I see one that's on its way out. This one right here is on its way out. And it's because, there was someone being pulled in a couple of different directions emotionally. And so I feel like this taught you some lessons. I feel like judgment is saying that whatever you were hoping to have come back, whatever reunion or reconciliation, I feel like someone may possibly reject, or maybe someone's hoping to have a reconciliation with you. But it may not transpire in that way, because the divine is clearly saying that this was a karmic relationship. I just get a karmic relationship. And I feel like the message of being, like an attention whore, because this is someone who clearly likes to be seen. They like to, be boastful. And with this juggling here, I just feel like someone was juggling someone. Someone could be at a distance from them as well, or at a distance from you, excuse me. And someone could be right there and you're juggling with what to do. But I feel like the divine is telling you that this is something that you will grow through regardless. This experience was designed to teach you these lessons, perhaps how to be, in a healthy relationship. But in the past, I am seeing where someone was not being honest. They were keeping a lot of secrets. They was being deceitful, deceptive. And they was also, playing the field, non-committal. I'm hearing player from the Himalaya. And the bottom of the deck, someone's going to be stuck in their head. So that's why the divine is telling you to ask, and you shall receive. But this is self-imposed. You're seeing things that aren't even there. This is, seeing things in a way that is almost causing monkey mind. This is mind fuckery right here. But it is self-imposed. And you will have, you will get out of this situation, I feel. Because eventually you will wiggle yourself out of these binds and remove that blindfold. And look what will be waiting for you when you do. You have this beautiful Ace of Pentacles, which could be anything. You could acquire anything in this tangible reality. Love, offers, family, and then look at here, your match. You will be coming into union with your divine masculine, your twin flame. And this could be someone from your past, because I see that there is this card of, you know, starting again, starting at ground zero. So that's why the divine told you, divine timing, question not, because your beloved is coming, but you have to change the way that you're thinking. Get out of your head. I kept picking up, even during the pre-shuffle, a lot of ego. And your ego will block you, because the ego does not want to die. When you start changing and switching things up, the ego dies, because you're listening to your higher self. You're being more intuitive. So this is calling for you to do that, to be intuitive. Ashe. So we're going to end it there. Thank you for tuning in and tapping in, Aries. Until next time, Ashe.